High School. It's tradition in the theater for the director to come out and give a short speech on opening night, so I hope you will indulge me, and then we'll get on to the fun part. I have so many people that I need to thank for making this night happen. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Ed Hearn, our president at Saints, our principal, Mr. Jim Horn, our board of directors for being so supportive of the arts, the Raymond family for being incredible patrons of the arts, and all of the Augustinians on campus who support us in our artistic endeavors. I'd like to thank my amazing staff of administrators, the faculty, and all the support staff here at Saints for helping us out with the show. And specifically, last but definitely not least, I would like to thank so much our parent volunteers. We could not do this show without your generous volunteerism. Specifically, I'd like to thank Mr. Jim Delacruz. But he has done so much to support me, to take stuff off of my plate so that I can just concentrate on directing our incredible cast and crew. On a personal note, I had just, when I first came to Saints, I was very much a stranger in a strange land. I had never worked in a private school before. I didn't really know what to expect. I have just felt so welcome and embraced by the community here. This school is such a special place. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and helping with this. Our students are so incredibly motivated. The young performers behind me, the young technicians up in the booth and around the stage, they are so incredibly driven, and it's been, I feel so blessed, and it's been such a gift to get to work with them. I'd like to do something a little unorthodox before we get started, just because of the nature of the show. Fellas in the booth, could you douse the spot and bring the house lights up one more time? Fellas? I'd like to invite, if we have any veterans in the audience, if we have any families of veterans, if we have anyone either active duty or retired armed services, any first responders in the house, can we just give them a special round of applause? And if you so much for your service and your sacrifice from a truly grateful civilian and cast of civilians. A couple of announcements. No, turn that one off. They'll like me. They'll like me. Fellas.
The lights are coming through.
Fellas in blue, give me something. Okay. So, folks, so a couple of announcements before we get started. You'll just take a look around to your left and right. Notice the green glowing exit signs. Those are our emergency exits. In the unlikely event of an emergency, just stand up and quickly and calmly walk towards those exits. Please take this opportunity to turn off your cell phone. Not just turn it to silent, please turn it off, because it does interfere with our sound systems and our lighting systems. There's no food or drink allowed in the theater. There will be a 15-minute intermission where concessions will be sold, but I ask you to please enjoy those outside, dispose of them, and then come back for the second half, just so we don't have any food left in the theater. All right? And then our last thing, please no recording or photography of any kind, except, of course, if you are the sanctioned team that is up there in the rafters. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Without further ado, please enjoy the St. Augustine High School production of A Few Good Men.
I, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson, have been informed by Special Agent R.C. McGuire of the Naval Investigative Service that I'm suspected of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and conduct of becoming a United States Marine in the matter of Private First Class William T. Santiago.
Any statement I do make can be used against me in a trial by a court-martial or other judicial or administrative proceeding. I have the right to consult a lawyer prior to further questioning.
I am presently assigned to Rival Security Company Windward, 2nd Platoon Delta, now based Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
I am a PFC in the United States Marine Corps, assigned to Marine Rifle Security Company Windward, 2nd Platoon Delta. I will have been in the Marine Corps 10 months as of August.
I entered Private Santiago's barracks room on the evening of 6 July at or about 23:50. I was accompanied by PFC Loudon Downey.
I was accompanied by my squad leader, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson.
We tied his hands and feet with rope.
We tied Private Santiago's hands and feet with rope, and we forced a piece of cloth into his mouth.
We placed duct tape over his eyes and mouth.
I have read this 2-page statement that Special Agent McGuire has prepared for me at my request as we discussed its content. I have been allowed to make all changes and corrections, initializing those changes and corrections.
These statements are true and factual to the best of my knowledge.
Dan,
I'm late.
you know what I just saw?
No, but I'm genuinely late.
There's a lady lawyer from Internal Affairs wandering around the hallway.
What's she doing?
I don't know.
Is she stealing things?
No.
Tell me why I care.
Ordinarily, when Internal Affairs sends a lawyer to talk to the other lawyers, it means someone screwed up.
Do you think it's you?
No.
Have you done anything wrong?
No.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I think so. I don't know. I've been very tired lately. Look, do me a favor, would ya?
Sure.
If she talks to you, if she mentions anything about Dematis.
Who?
Dematis, the engineer. My guy who was caught littering in the Admiral's tulip garden. Okay, look, I may have cut a few corners. Could you cover for me?
Sure.
Really?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but sure, no problem.
Dematis, he's an engineer.
Yeah, littering in the animal's turnip garden.
Tulips.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I'm representing an ensign who bought and smoked $10 worth of oregano.
You thought it was weed?
I can only hope.
So you're not concerned?
What's he gonna be charged with? Possession of a condiment? You'll get a C misdemeanor. 15 days restricted duty.
I'm talking about the lady from Internal Affairs. You're not concerned?
My softball team is playing Bethesda Medical tomorrow, Sam. I can't be concerned with anything else right now.
If you don't mind.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway.
Captain Whitaker, come on in.
I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
Bronsky said you're reopening the case.
Yes, sir?
You know, Bronsky and I go way back.
He speaks very highly of you, sir.
Yeah, that's bullshit, right?
Yes, sir.
I know you don't.
I don't believe we formally...
You work at Internal Affairs.
Yes, sir.
I hate Internal Affairs.
Yes, sir.
And you're a woman.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all right.
Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute. You're the one who recycled those 14B misdemeanors last winter.
That may have been me.
14B misdemeanors. Drunk and disorderly. We had them closed.
No, sir. You didn't. The blue copies of the charge sheets were never filed to division with the IC1.
Who gives a shit?
My boss.
He
The
doesn't-
Judge Advocate General.
He doesn't care any more than I do. It was you.
Rules are rules, sir. I'm sure you understand.
You had my guys working Christmas Day, filling out charge sheets by longhand. Christmas Day, Commander.
It was in the interest of justice, sir.
Okay, so are you here to bother anybody?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. Only if necessary.
Then what can I do for you?
This past weekend, 2 Marines in Guantanamo Bay was charged with murder 2, conspiracy to commit, and conduct unbecoming. Over the weekend, I petitioned Captain Bronsky to deny the guilty pleas and to have them be brought up here to Washington to be assigned counsel.
What's the problem with the guilty plea? Did somebody misspell conspiracy?
No, sir. They pled guilty at a 30-minute conference at 2 in the morning at which neither had an attorney.
So Bronsky's bringing them up to Washington?
You'll be receiving a memo from Division instructing you to assign counsel. Which brings me to why I'm here.
Yes.
I'd like a favor.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
What's the favor?
I need you to tell Division to assign a lawyer from outside your department.
Why?
Because I'm a lawyer outside your department.
And don't think I'm not grateful.
I brought a letter of recommendation from Captain Bronsky.
Commander, I'm confused. You're an investigator. Why do you want to get mixed up in this grunt work?
I don't consider it grunt work, sir.
It's a 5-minute bargain and a week's worth of paperwork.
I look forward to it with relish, sir.
And can I ask, do you always talk as if your dialogue is written by someone who's not very good at it?
I apologize if my over-eagerness is grating.
It's not. It's endearing. You could have a career as a cartoon squirrel.
I just want to make sure this is handled properly.
Have you ever done litigation before?
My first year in the JAG Corps,
How many cases did you handle?
altogether,
Yes.
6.
And how'd you do?
From what perspective?
Your clients?
Not well.
10 degrees outside. Now, how am I supposed to feel about that? Matthew, you've been here the longest. Is this about as hot as it gets, or am I actually trapped in hell?
This is as hot as it's been since maybe 84, Colonel.
84 was pretty bad.
Got up to 119 degrees.
Papering, half in smoke and half in fire. Moby Dick? Jane, when I quote Melville, you don't have to nod your head up and down like you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to regard you as less as an officer just because you're not as well read.
Thank you, sir.
I mean that, Jane.
I appreciate that, sir.
119 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, sir.
You must have had Marines passing out right and left.
No, they were all right.
Nobody passed out.
No, sir.
Nobody got dizzy or hyperventilated. No heat exhaustion.
No, not that I recall.
Impressive.
Thank you, sir.
You know why those Marines didn't pass out back in '84, Jane? Even though it was 119 degrees by Captain Markinson's reckoning. You know why they stayed on the job?
Why, sir?
Because that's what they're trained to do.
Yes, sir.
Now, who the hell is PFC William T. Santiago?
Officer on deck, 10 Hut.
Hello. I'm Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway.
Ma'am, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson, man, Marine Barracks, Rifle Security Company, Windward.
Ma'am, Private First Class, Loudon Downing, ma'am.
Stand easy. I work with the JAG Corps. I was the one that had you boys brought up here. I wanted to see if there was anything you needed. Or any questions you might have. I know this is all a little bit daunting, but if there's any way I can help. Any questions you might have?
Ma'am, permission to speak?
Go ahead.
I got some Spider-Mans and some Batmans sitting in my footlocker, ma'am. Somebody will dog them for sure if they're not secured.
Do you think this is a joke?
Ma'am, no ma'am.
What about you? You think this is a joke?
No, ma'am, it's not a joke, ma'am.
I apologize to the commander, ma'am. About the books, ma'am, I didn't mean nothing.
You were read your Article 31 rights. Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Say you understand them.
Ma'am, I understand them, ma'am.
Can I get an MPD?
Aye, Commander.
Take Lance Corporal Dawson down to a holding room. I'm going to speak with Private Downey alone for a moment.
All right, let's go. Hey, asshole, I said move it.
Ma'am, permission to be dismissed.
You're dismissed. Hi. Your closest living relative is Ginny Miller, your aunt on your mother's side. Is that correct? Ginny Miller?
Yes, ma'am.
She hasn't been contacted yet. Would you like me to take care of that for you? I'll take care of that for you. Private, do you know why you're here?
Ma'am, this is where the guard told me to stand.
Loudon, may I call you Loudon?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know where you are? Do you know why you've been arrested?
Willie died, ma'am.
Why? Was it an accident or did you mean to do it? Loudon, I know about code reds.
Ma'am?
I can either ask or you can just tell me, was it a code red?
I don't need those comic books, ma'am. You can have them if you like.
Loudon, they're gonna try and pin you with intent, saying this is a retaliation on Santiago for snitching on Dawson about the fence line shooting. Which it wasn't, was it?
Ma'am, permission to speak?
Sure.
Are you our lawyer, ma'am?
No. I'm a lawyer, but I'm not the one representing you.
Captain Markinson told us to talk to our lawyer, ma'am. That's what he told us to do.
down first, one down. Let's go for 2. Sherby, get your glove down. Pick up some dirt with the ball. All right, let's do it again. Man down, let's go for 2.
Excuse me.
1 second. Sherby, you gotta trust me. If you keep your eyes open while the ball's coming towards you, your chances of catching the ball increase by a factor of 10. You wanna suit up? We need all the help we can get.
No thanks. I can't throw and catch things.
That's too bad, because neither can
I
I.
wanted to talk to you about Dawson and Downey.
I've done something wrong, haven't I?
I'm just wondering why 2 guys have been in a cell since this morning while their lawyer's outside hitting a ball.
Well, we need the practice.
That wasn't funny.
It was a little funny.
Lieutenant, would you feel very insulted if I asked your supervisor that different counsel be assigned?
Why?
I'm not sure to say this without possibly hurting your feelings, but I don't think you're fit to handle this defense.
You don't even know me. Ordinarily, it takes someone hours to realize that I'm not fit to handle defense. I think there are people who don't find that funny.
I do know you, and I know who your father was. And I know that you went to Harvard Law on a Navy scholarship, and that you're probably just treading water for the 3 years you've got to serve. Just kind of laying low till you can get out and get a real job. And if that's the case, fine. I won't tell anyone. But my feeling is that if this case is handled in the same fast food, slick-ass, Persian bazaar manner with which you seem to handle everything else, something's gonna get mixed. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I allowed Dawson and Downey to spend any more time in jail than absolutely necessary because their attorney had predetermined the path of least resistance.
I may be picking the wrong time to ask you this, but are you seeing anyone right now? Because I think we'd be perfect together. It's clear that you respect me, and that's the foundation for any solid.
Shut up!
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think your clients murdered anybody.
Well, you're just going to have to take their word for it, don't you think?
I mean, I don't think there was any intent.
The doctor's report says that Santiago died of asphyxiation brought on by acute lactic acidosis, and the nature of the acidosis strongly suggests poisoning. Now, no clue what any of that means, but it sounds pretty bad.
The doctor's wrong.
That's a relief. I was afraid I wouldn't get to use a liar pants on fire routine.
Cassie!
Look, rest assured, I'm completely on top of the situation with Dawson and Donovan.
Downey. I'll speak to your supervisor.
You go right ahead. You head straight down Pennsylvania Avenue. It's the big White House with the pillars in front.
Thank you!
I don't think you have much luck, though. I was detailed by division, remember? Someone over there is under the impression that I'm a pretty good lawyer. So while I appreciate your interest and admire your enthusiasm, I think I have things handled at this point.
Do you know what a code red is?
I'm appalled, sir.
No, I don't.
Find out.
You're appalled.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty strong language, Matthew. You better cool yourself down before you work yourself into a lather. You're appalled. Santiago's written letters to everyone except Santa Claus complaining about his treatment. He's broken the chain of command. He's threatened to rat out a member of his unit, a member of his own squad, for Christ's sake. To say nothing of the fact that he's a U.S. Marine, and it seems he can't run from here to there without collapsing from heat exhaustion. What the hell is going on over at Windward, Matthew?
Colonel, I think it might be more appropriate if we held this discussion in private.
That won't be necessary, Colonel. I can handle the problem.
Like you handled Curtis Barnes? You're
My
doing
methods of
something-
leadership brought me to this space.
Don't interrupt me. I'm still your superior officer.
And I'm yours, Matthew. Now, what are we going to do about this?
I think we have to transfer Santiago, sir. Right away. Now.
Transfer Santiago.
Yes, sir.
I suppose you're right. I suppose that's the right thing to do. Wait. I got a better idea. Let's transfer the whole squad off the base. Oh, we better do that. On second thought, Windward. The whole Windward division. Let's transfer them off the base. Jane, go on out there. Get those boys down off the fence. They're packing their bags. Tom.
Sir.
Get me the president. Tell him we're surrendering our position in Cuba.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Tom, don't get the president. Maybe you should give us a moment to consider this. You're dismissed. Maybe instead of giving up because a Marine made a mistake, maybe we should train in Santiago. What do you think? I'm just spitballing, but I believe we as officers have a responsibility to our country that the men and women charged with its security are properly trained professionals. And maybe we have that responsibility to the other members of the Corps. Yes? Yes. See, I'm certain I once read that somewhere, and now I'm trying to think how I might feel if a Marine got hurt or killed because a PFC in my command didn't know what the hell he was doing. Oh, and this brief meditation on transferring Santiago, well, expeditious and certainly painless, might not be, in a manner of speaking, the American way. Santiago stays where he is. We're going to train the private. Jane, you're in charge. Santiago doesn't make a 4646 on his next PROCON report, I'm going to blame you. Then I'm going to kill you.
You're making a mistake, Colonel.
Matthew, I believe I will have that word in private with you now. Jane, that's all. Why don't you and I have lunch at the Oak Club and we can discuss how to train the private?
I'd be delighted.
You're dismissed. Matthew, have a seat, please. What do you think of Kendrick?
Nathan, this isn't personal. My opinion on Jane...
I think she's kind of a weasel myself.
Sir.
But she's an awfully good officer. And in the end, we both see eye to eye on the best way to run a Marine Corps unit. We're in the business of saving lives, Matthew. Every degree that we allow ourselves to fall off the mark of perfection, more people die. And I believe that taking a Marine who's a weak link and packing him off to another assignment is the same as sending a kid into a jungle with a weapon that backfires. Matthew, sit down. I'm younger than you are, and if that's a source of tension or embarrassment, well, I don't give a shit. We're in the business of saving lives. Don't ever question my orders in front of an officer.
Officer on deck, 10 hut. Aye. Sir, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson, sir.
One hasn't been working or playing well with others, have we, Harold?
Sir, PFC Loudon Downey, sir.
I'm Daniel Caffey. I'm your attorney. This is Sam Weinberg. He's from the AC Nielsen Media Research. He's going to talk to you about viewer preferences in Caribbean Command. You can sit down. Is your signature?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me sir. Is this your signature?
Sir, yes, sir.
You certainly don't have to do it twice in one sentence. What's your code red?
Sir?
You really don't have to call me sir. What's the code red?
Sir, a code red is a disciplinary engagement.
What's that?
Sir, a Marine falls out of line. It's the responsibility of the men of this unit to get him back on track.
Did you know this?
It's like a hazing.
What's a garden variety code red?
Sir, a Marine refuses to bathe on a regular basis. The men in his squad would give him a GI shower.
And what's that?
Scrub brushes, Brillo pads, steel wool.
Beautiful. Was he tech on Santiago, code red?
Yes, sir.
Does he ever talk?
Sir, Private Donnie will answer any direct questions you ask him, sir.
Well, it says in the report that you guys denied putting poison on the rag. What was it you were going to do?
Sir?